Hey guys, I'm checking in with you guys. I am currently in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I just posted a Chick-fil-A. Kind of cold, but I'm starving, so it's okay. I want to check and say hi. I have a lot of updates to give you guys, but it has to be in the next video because too much is happening. A lot of drama. So which is that another time. I'm more like, I'm exhausted. If you see I'm exhausted, well, I actually don't look as bad today as I did yesterday. I had like the worst circles under my eyes. I went to Ulta and had to buy like all new makeup. Just crazy. I'm here shooting Blood Queens with Gabby and all her lovely friends and family. They're also all so sweet. Every single one of them. Just over the top. What can we help you with? Like, just kind of nice. We like, if you look at Instagram, we were like shooting a scene, but then later like, let's do Sound of Music just for Instagram. It was like no reason. It was just like people who love to play dress up and sing too, just like I do. And it's so much fun. And they just are so sweet. Like, it's just such a good energy. Like, all the girls are just so sweet and kind. Like, I'm having the best time. To be honest, I almost didn't come again because I tell you guys the drama happening in my life if I ever do. Like, it was crazy the couple days leading up to this. After I got back from Vegas. Which, by the way, listen, here's the thing. Some people get, here's the thing I find interesting. People get so upset over things that don't affect them. Like, actually, I get, like, being like, oh, like, I don't know, feeling some type of way. I got so much actual hate for my wedding video. And it's nothing that's, like, affecting anyone. Do you know what I mean? It's not affecting your real life. It's just, like, I don't know. I love getting reactions, but this is really good. This is like a really well done patty. I like that. But some of the straight up hate, people need to chill. Just in general, there are things I've done where I get why people could be upset or angry. Like, but this is so silly. To let it, like, negatively affect you, to, like, have you feel hatred, have you feel some sort of way. Like I can't do this anymore, trash. Like, this was the final straw. This was the final straw? It is what it is. But, the other thing I want to say was, some people were like, they saw that I bought the ring off Etsy. And so many titles or so many, like, haters, I guess, were like, wow, you bought your own engagement ring, like, before whatever was revealed. I'm like, first of all, why is that? I just thought, like, why is that even a thing? Why is that even an insult? If I found someone that I was, like, in love with and, like, I could buy my own engagement ring. I know a lot of people might disagree. Here's the other thing. Like, I also wouldn't care if it was, like, a silver band. You know what I mean? Like, if they got me that, that would be everything. But if your partner can afford a ring, I don't think that there's any shame in buying your own anyways. I don't know. That's just me. I hate that there's like a stigma to that. Also, really sad news. This actually hit me like a lot harder this morning when I woke up. Well, my first night here, before I filmed or even met up with Gabby or anybody, I had a little bit of an anxiety. I had a big anxiety attack. Hella anxiety. I thought I was like pacing my room, and I called my friend Jeff, and he's up at 3 a.m. He's the only one else up at 3 a.m. And he calls me and we talk, and he really calms me down. So I was so thankful for him. And he told me Christopher Dennis died. Christopher Dennis played Hollywood Superman on Hollywood Boulevard. When I first moved to LA, I was 18 years old. I lived in an apartment by myself, $800 a month. This was on Yucca and Highland, close to Hollywood and Highland, before it was built up. Like our apartment complex is now across from like really fancy condos, but at the time, it's actually the apartments that David films in. And at the time, that was like a Burger King and an abandoned like parking lot, like a very like creepy parking lot. It wasn't that built up and lit up the way it is now. It was on Yucca Street. I paid $800 a month. I did not have a doorknob. That's a true story. Well, when I first moved in, I had a doorknob. Someone stole my doorknob. Like 2 months into living there. True story. I lived in an apartment with no doorknob for probably a year and a half. And Christopher Dennis, Hollywood Superman, was my neighbor. And Jeff had told me, because on Facebook we were friends with his ex-wife. And I was like, what? It was 3 in the morning, and I was so like, it caught me off guard. And then it came out everywhere yesterday. Deadline, Variety, TMZ. And I was like, whoa. My first thought, and I was talking to Jeff yesterday, because he's helping me with this move and everything. I was like, I was like really sad. But I even think about myself, I always wonder when I die, like, will anyone care? Will it be a Twitter moment? Will it be Variety and Deadline's everything. I always thought, like, will it be a TMZ headline? But Variety and Deadline, like, covering his death. And I know this may, like, seem insensitive. Some people might be like, whoa, Trish, like, why would you think about it? But that's what I think about myself. And me and him were so similar in a sense. We both loved seeing celebrities. We'd go to book signings together. We saw David Arquette together. We saw Quentin Tarantino for the first time together. David Carradine together. Like, he would be my partner in crime to go to all these book signings. So we loved like celebrities. We both wanted to be famous. Like, I was even on my first time on Jimmy Kimmel was because of him, because the superheroes would go on Jimmy Kimmel, and he bought me my Supergirl costume, which was $60, which I did not even have. I paid him back when we went on the Boulevard, of course, because we'd make about $60 a day. We'd stand out on Hollywood Boulevard and collect tips for pictures from tourists. It was an honest job, and what I liked the most about him is the integrity he had for the character of Superman. The etiquette of going out on Hollywood Boulevard or Times Square when you see those characters, right? They work for tips. And a big thing on the Boulevard was, like, you could tell the person, like, if you take a picture, hey, we work on tips. They could choose to tip you. They didn't have to. If they didn't have to, Superman would just be like, have a great day. But then there would be some characters like Batman and stuff that would fight the people or chase the people down or harass the people for money. He was out there to make money, Christopher Dennis and me. But he never harassed people for it. He's like, hey, we work on tips. And they would be like, okay, here's $1. Or if they're like, I have no money. And he's like, have a great day. That's how he'd be like, that's okay. Have a great day. Enjoy Hollywood. Like, he felt like he was the ambassador of Hollywood. And in some ways he was. He did a documentary right before I met him. There's a documentary he did called Confessions of a Superhero. And you can see in that documentary how much he loved playing Superman and being this like character, this staple of Hollywood. When I met him, he's already doing it 20 years. So we'd go out on the boulevard together. And make money. And I was on Jimmy Kimmel. He would take me to any private parties we did. He introduced me to this one sugar daddy I talk about, the one who locked me in the basement. We were on the boulevard one day, and the guy who would pay me to just hang out with him, really, it wasn't really even, it was never, not even a kiss, nothing. You know, offered to take pictures of me and Superman. He goes, this guy will like pay us to take pictures of us. And then it ended up just being me. He would just take pictures of me, but he would pay us like $500 to take pictures of me and Superman. And even after I moved out of that place, like, I kept in touch with him. Jeff, who we were talking to, he loved, oh my God, he loved Hollywood Superman. Like, we would go into his apartment because Christopher's apartment was just all Superman. It was just Superman floor to ceiling. It was the year I started YouTube in that apartment. All my first videos were in that little Yucca Street apartment. And Superman was pretty much the first person to, like, be down to film with me, even though I had no subscribers and no one was seeing it. He was really cool. He's like, yeah, he was always down to be on anyone's camera. He just loved performing and entertaining.
Hey everyone, it's Grindhouse Barbie, my neighbor Hollywood Superman.
Hello everybody.
And we're gonna levitate. Well, he's gonna levitate for you because the other one was too dark. So we're gonna do it in light. You can see his pretty face.
Hers is better.
Not with no makeup. So here we go. Okay, everybody. All my viewers out there, you know, all like 100 of you. This can only be attempted by Superman, so do not try this at home because he's a Kryptonian. Superman, let's see you fly.
You mean something like that?
Woo! Oh my God! That's crazy! Oh my God! There's like pyramid stuff going on. Superman! OMG! Oh my God! That was crazy. How'd that feel? Oh my gosh!
It's kind of like floating on air.
Oh my God! Coolest thing all day. Right next to getting my Thanksgiving shirt.
White meat, dark meat, all will be carved.
And like I said, he would be so over the moon to know that people, that publications like Variety and Deadline and TMZ are like honoring him as a celebrity and like a legend, as like a notable figure in entertainment. Like, I know, it make him so happy. And I told that to Jeff, he's like, you're right. Like, I didn't even like think about that. Like, he would be so happy, and he's a legend now. And I guess, you know, he fell on some hard times after I had moved out. I kept in touch with him. And his wife, they ended up getting a divorce. His wife moved back to the Midwest. I loved her just as much. She was so sweet to me. So sweet to me. He ended up, I think, finding like a girlfriend or something. And I think, you know, he unfortunately, I guess, became homeless. Because I would go, and I remember I was doing an audition. I was dressed as Madonna, and I was doing an audition across the way. I was like, hey, do you want to go get lunch? And he's like, yeah. He wasn't living in that place anymore. He didn't tell me where he was living. He just said he had a new girlfriend. I was like, well, let's keep in touch. He goes, well, I only have Facebook. I don't have a phone. So we'd keep in touch for Facebook. He kind of fell off Facebook. And he stopped, you know, going out to the boulevard. Something else happened a few years ago where he got like beat up, robbed. They stole his costume. And again, media outlets picked it up, shared his story, and I think he raised like $30,000 on like GoFundMe or something for himself. I remember donating to that. So he must have just fell on hard times again. Like, the way he passed was so, it made me really sad. It gave me chills. It made me so sad this morning. Like, it still gives me chills. Like, everyone dies alone. If you're married, if you have a huge family, everyone dies alone. You have to do that. Death is something you do alone. But the way he passed was so, there was something so tragic about it, just such his ending, because he was such a good soul. And I think that's why it hit me. Like, I literally have chills right now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like, literally, he was so kind to me. Like, when I moved to LA in that apartment building, I shared this story on my Instagram, but I'll just share it real quick here. I don't have a napkin. Okay. Look at that. There was a guy who would come harass me. It did happen on 3 occasions within 1 week. And this was when I had the doorknob. But this guy would jiggle the doorknob like he was trying to come in. And the third night, I was having so much anxiety about it. Like, I was so scared. And I just called Superman. Because I was like in unit 14. I think he was like in unit 16. So we were like, it basically was like, they had like 4 sets of stairs for like 2, like each 4 sets of stairs had 4 doors. Do you know what I mean? So like a set of stairs, 2 doors on the bottom, 2 doors on the top. And there was 4 of those. So how many buildings is that? I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, units rather. Like, how many units? I don't know. Not that many. Maybe 16. I don't know. So he was on the like stoop. So we didn't like share stairs, but he was on the stairs like next to ours. So literally a minute walk. It was 2 a.m. I call him. I'm like, if there's someone like banging on my door, I'm like really scared. Can you like call the cops to come check or something like that? Because at that time, I didn't know if you should call 911. If it was an emergency, obviously now, like if someone's trying to get into your house, you could call 911. But he just came over himself, like hung up the phone, came over. I hear him go, hey. And the guy's like, I can't hear the guy or anything, but the guy like kind of stops jiggling, but he didn't leave. He's still like, it sounded like he like pushed his body, but like the guy himself like kind of like laid his body against the door and like was sliding down the door. It was like really weird. I hear Superman run up the stairs, yelling at him, like cursing at him, like I don't know what was happening. Like I just kind of heard like the guy kind of like get up on his feet, but like not by his own will, as if like someone like pushed him up or something. Like yelling, all this stuff like that, and the guy like runs away. I don't know if he like pulled a knife on him or what, like Superman, because Superman was no joke. You know what I mean? He knew how to protect himself. You know what I mean? This is like I said, he had an apartment, he had a wife and stuff at the time. So I don't know. Later on in life, I'm not sure what happened. And you know, he had demons like anyone else, and he had struggles and addictions like anyone else. But he did that just so selflessly, and then he told me, he's like, everything okay? Like he was just like, he just yelled through the door, like, everything okay? And I was like crying. I'm like so hysterical because I'm 18. I'm like new to LA. I just came from like Illinois. You know what I mean? Like I'm hysterical. I'm scared. And then I opened the door, and he just stood out there like a gentleman. He's just like, you know, he was always such a gentleman, like always like that. Like always, we would go, like I said, to book signings together. We'd go eat together. And he was always just so kind and respectful of me, and like really tried to help me. Like he got me on Jimmy Kimmel, which got me ultimately onto AFTRA or SAG or AFTRA. So I guess it's SAG-AFTRA. I think it might have just been AFTRA at the time, which is a union you can join, because I was on Jimmy Kimmel. Like any gig, any party gig, he's like, I can get you in it. Like would always just try to help me get money. And like that's such a rare thing, you know, for people these days to like help you. And it meant a lot. And I really like broken up about it, to be honest. I woke up this morning, like it really hit me. And like just how he lived the last years of his life. And it just made me like reevaluate my own life and being grateful that I'm no longer on drugs, because drugs can ruin your life, because you're not in your right mind when you're on drugs. You're not thinking about your future, you're not planning, you're not budgeting. And just thinking about my own life and like how, you put things in perspective. It's not to compare lives. I always think is kind of meaningless, but he was just so kind and like talented and just wanted to make people happy. I don't think he ever even he didn't care about money. He put all his money into his Superman costume, into mine. Like he cared about being a performer, being an entertainer, being somebody that people adored. And even in his costume, it says a lot. The costume we got was just for me on Supergirl. It was just on Hollywood Boulevard, but he put time and effort into his muscles. It was like built-in muscles in his costume. He really wanted to make it legit. And I don't know. I think there's something to be said about that. I just chalk it up to drugs. Just if you look at any great legends that have passed, a lot of it's just a drug. And I have to like really be thankful that, I don't know if mine was ever severe, but just don't do drugs, I guess, at the end of it. But some people have to cope the way they do, and I don't judge him or anyone. Life is tough. Life is so tough. Even Monday night, I had this awful anxiety attack where I just felt like I couldn't do this anymore. It's thoughts you have sometimes. I can't do this life alone. Like I was really, really in that place. But when you're in that place, for me, going to bed and waking up the next day gives me new perspective. I just sometimes need to sleep it off. It's not for everybody, but sometimes you need to sleep it off. Call people. I called every single person I could think of at 3 a.m. that would give a shit. And it's 3 a.m, so some people aren't up. But I was thankful for Jeff, because sometimes just talking to someone calms you. Because I am alone. And I think I choose that. I think I like that to a certain extent. I like being alone. I like being alone with my thoughts. I like being alone to create. I do enjoy being alone, but with every loner out there, we do need people time and again. And I don't know if Superman, Christopher Dennis, had that at the end of his life. He was doing really well and thriving when he had his wife. They were together, I think, 5 years or something when I met them. They were together a while, and they had this amazing apartment. It was like a Superman shrine, and Bonnie would sit there every day and look on eBay for new Superman things and jobs for Chris. And I think I'm in a haunted hotel for real. That's a story time. That's a different story time. But yeah, I don't know, you guys. I wanted to just honor him and love him and respect him and like bring light to him and bring attention to him. And he was such a big part of my beginning years in Hollywood, literally my first year in Hollywood, and he just was amazing. There's so many stories I could share of how amazing he was. Okay, maybe there's like a baby or something. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna wrap this up, but I haven't been sleeping. I sleep with the lights on. I slept for like an hour last night. I'll tell you why. I would say my first real ghost sighting in this hotel. Maybe we'll be continued on that. I love you guys so much, and hang in there. Life is short. Life is precious. Life is good. Anytime we think, I can't do this alone, I can't do this alone, there is strength. We all have strength inside of us that will like come back and we'll be like, no, you can do this. And maybe one day I won't be alone fighting in this life, but until then, I'm gonna be strong enough for myself. And for my mom, I had called my mom, and I think I probably scared her, and my mom said, you know, like, I need you, like, don't, like, please, like, never think that you're alone. Please never think there's, you know, you can't handle life. She's like, I need you. And even hearing that, just like, because I think sometimes like I'm a burden or I'm a lot for people, even in my close life, to handle. So like hearing that was like this reassurance. But even if you don't hear that from people, people don't always say that stuff. I needed to hear that in the moment. I think that's why it came out, you know. Like you would be missed in this life. Like, anyways, I'm just like really emotional about all this right now. I guess because I don't have all that many friends in my life. I never have. I considered him a friend, and we were friends. We'd hang out at my apartment with no furniture, with just my air mattress. We'd hang out at his apartment and get dollar ice cream cones from McDonald's. That would be like our meal, or 25-cent donuts from the liquor store next door. That would be our lunch. I remember one time we went to like Del Taco, and he spent $35 at Del Taco, and it was like their like meals for the week, and he split it with me, and I thought that was so nice. I just like want to remember him good and who he was, and just I'm just like I said, ultimately I'm happy of the recognition he's getting. He got it in life, but even after, in death, you know. And know this about me too. Like if I get one article written about me after death, I know this sounds weird, but that's kind of like that was always my goal, my dream, right? To be remembered. Some people probably don't care to be remembered by the public or by people they don't know, but that's even now in life, my career, I like being acknowledged. I think most people like to be acknowledged. More than money or anything. Like people would always say, would you rather be rich or famous? There's like that, would you rather? And I always have said famous. I'd rather be famous. I could be famous and broke. And I'm not famous necessarily, but people stop me for pictures, and to be honest, that's it. People are like, what else do you want to do? What, you know, and I was always said the day people stop asking for pictures or stop talking about you is the day you gotta worry, right? And as an entertainer anyways. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Chick-fil-A was delicious. I'm telling you, I've had a 1-2 knockout in the past 4 days, like stuff that's pretty unimaginable, but maybe I'll talk more about that another time. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Sometimes when real life drama happens, you're in shock. I've been in shock, but you gotta just keep moving forward. Money, material possessions, none of that matters. I'm learning that now. I'm like really trying to simplify my life. Like when I get home, I'm gonna really try and simplify my life. If I can provide for myself and my family, I'm good. I'm also looking to help others, so I have a lot to do when I get home as far as helping myself, simplifying my life, but then also trying to give to others. I have a lot brewing in my head to give back, because that's all that matters. And I've been so blessed in life that I just need to give back more. It's less about stuff. Stuff is just stuff. Fancy houses, fancy hotels, fancy purses, it's all fun, it's great, but I'm telling you, as someone who's had all of it and everything I've ever wanted, I've gotten in the past 5 years, it doesn't matter if you don't have people in your life that you love. And it's like a lesson I've been learning. It's like, it's not about the things. It's not about the things. Things come and go, and money comes and goes. And if you have your health and you have and someone that cares about you in your life, family, whatever, friends, you're doing okay. All right, guys, I'll see you soon.